homie, he heartbroken. Trap just got convicted, he tripping. He say free kinfolk and I'm sick of this. Family keep on distancing. I just want some peace and lately all that I've been getting is a lot of frustration. That's
the baby, the child? Yeah, they do that shit, bro.
Everybody gets offended, this ridiculous. I just might give up cause ain't no fixing this. Pulling up from 40 down by 40, told the 40 for luck. Keep it on me, tell you bro, you won't bite shit with the dust. Yeah, it's loaded, yeah, they loaded on my homies.
How you gonna hear TJ?
Ever you is.
TJ calling me?
I keep it moving, things
He's trying to.
Can't pick shit,
Trying to, but
draped in that Saint Laurent.
we may not be able to for real this time because
baby girl, that's you though. All night chopped
trying
it
to
up,
find this
played you though. Dirty dance killer, pulled up on you 2 times. I ain't gotta say it, cause baby, you know the
Why
damn
is this
vibe.
word
Same
not
day
on
I
here?
fold on the gang, it's the same damn dying. How you know I
There
keep
you
it
go.
100 like 52 times? Really quiet when I'm riding with you, but no problems, don't solve it. I'm just vibing with you. So solid,
Amber?
like a Metal Gear box
Like
up
a
shoot.
motherfucker.
Keep it 110 like
Whoa.
22s. Yeah, I'm back at it. Told that girl throw that
Whoa.
back to me like 3 tracks ago. I'm the tracks in
Hello?
the back bully, and they don't know the truth. Ain't stating the facts fully. I should probably
Hello?
let it go like the low when the Mac pulling up from 40 down by 40.
Hold on, bro.
40 for love. Keep it on me. Tell you
Hello?
on my shit with some dust. Yes.
Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
So Tyler won't be able to hear you. I don't have another pair of headphones.
40 down by 40, told the 40 for love. Keep it
Oh,
on me.
that's
Tell you
tough.
bro, you want my shit with some dust.
Amber, man.
Loaded, yeah, they loaded all my
Yeah.
homies with what?
Wow.
Ever you is 40 different flows. They keep
The storm coming.
Clean that off. Yeah, that's our yearbook. Our freshman year yearbook of high school. No, the trash can preferably. Of my trash can? You've been here like. Tell that nigga to take some ham outside and throw it to her. Hey, can you take some of that ham? I'll do it. I don't want niggas just touching my ham.
Pretty tough.
Yeah, it's loaded, yeah, they loaded all my homies with whatever you is. 40 different flows like but don't bite this though. Don't come for smoke that you ain't get sent for. I just chopped it up with the little homie, he heartbroken. Trap just got convicted, he tripping. He say free kinfolk and I'm sick of this. Family keep on distancing. I just want some peace and lately all that I've been getting is a lot of frustration. That's due to ignorance, people not having sense. And when I speak, everybody gets offended, this ridiculous. I just might give up cause ain't no fixing this. Pulling up from 40 down by 40, told the 40 for love. Keep it on me, tell you bro, you won't bite shit with the dust. Yeah, it's
That's crazy that he doing it. That's crazy. He really singing in my ear. That's crazy. Hey yo, Tyler, shut up.
It couldn't be me. It's like I done stabbed that nigga.
I bought it in the same damn time. How you know I keep
At least if he's so tired of my shit. I be seeing it in her face when I do like the shit I do.
Oh, them joints hard. I got
Metal
the
Gear
game.
box up and shoot. Keep it
Well, I almost
110
fucking bought
like
the damn
522. Yeah, I'm back at it. Told that girl
Come
throw
on,
that
come on,
back to me like 3 tracks ago. I'm the tracks in the back.
Oh, it was a joke. Get out your feelings, hello?
Truth ain't stating the fact
Yep.
fully. I should probably let it go like
Alright.
the low
Say
when
something?
Mac pulling up.
Word.
Alright. T, say something?
Keep it on.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Alright, I was talking to Boogie, bro.
Ever you is 40 different flows. I keep it moving.
Chill, bitch. Chill, cuz. Chill, man. Damn, man. Say something, T.
Yeah, it's loaded. Yeah, they
Oh.
Nah, T, not
Ever
Boogie.
you is 40 different flows. They keep it.
T, say something.
Huh? Yeah.
Say something.
Something?
Yo. I was ugly. I didn't want to smile. We're gonna grab you after the pod, bro. We're doing the podcast real quick. That's a bet. That's a bet. We ain't forgot about you, bro. All right, bro. Yeah, it was fucking you. I just hung up on TJ. Fuck!
Wait, what?
I just hung up on TJ.
Keep it
On
on
purpose?
purpose? You bro, you
No.
know my
Oh.
shit with the dust. Yeah, it's loaded. Yeah, they loaded all my homies with whatever you is. 40 different flows like but don't bite this though. Don't come for smoke that you ain't get sent for. I just chopped it up with the little homie. He heartbroken. Trap just got convicted. He
In high
tripping. He
school?
say
Hell
free
no.
kinfolk and I'm sick of this. Family keep on distancing. I just want some peace and lately all that I've been getting is a lot of frustration. That's due to ignorance. People not having sense. And when I speak, everybody gets offended.
somebody
This
lied, damn
ridiculous. I just might give up cause ain't no fixing this.
Bro, I accidentally hung up. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I just put it in the chat.
Alright, bro. Countdown's going now.
Okay.
If I'm
Say something,
noticing a speck in your eye,
Whoa.
that means we're close.
Yeah,
And
sir.
a lot of people
We lied.
fear intimacy
That's gonna be nice having that.
because I don't want you to see into me. So I keep people at a distance. If I can stay up on the stage.
My love for you never died and it never will. That's not how I'm built. But we had shaky foundation, making our hopes of a future impossible to fulfill, making my heart collapse. But it was for the best in hindsight, for that time lapse. I got a new pursuit perhaps, but it's hard to say, cause she the type to be down for 2 days and be gone for 3. Yeah, it's the only thing consistent. Walking the fine line between pestilence and persistence. Ooh, she killing me.
doing the
People
podcast?
popping up some distant memory. Oh, how they changed, trying to party next door and talking about come and see me. For once, I would like someone to keep that energy. I guess I'm just different, at least that's what Valerie told me. She said that was me, unapologetically. Sorry, I'm calling late, the reception be getting fuzzy. My miles go up by dozens, finna shoot up to Oklahoma. Decisions like that be sudden, been hitting the road for nothing.
Please leave your message.
You stupid. Man, I can't do it. I can't do it.
I'm always back. Just gonna check on you, make sure you're good.
I got it jotted down. It ain't enough wiper fluid to clear my thoughts. I'm on this road, coasting at 60 miles an hour, missing my queen of hearts. I'm feeling stressed, my eyes getting heavier. No, I can't stop and rest, and that's a bet. Praying I played it the way I taught myself, memorizing a set, hoping I play my cards correctly. I never shovels a deck, a young ace. Jokers around me pay me respect. When you see a king and you bow, I got reticules on your heads. Hustle to feed the family, multiplying the bread. It's a cycle like chain links. How was your day, bud? Ones on their necks. Don't answer that. Plotting to steal the crap when it's dead, but this the soul number 23, slamming it when he fed the rock. I read the clock and I lost the time that I spent on that. Lately I don't check my watch for seconds, I'm not getting back. Lately all my friends is wait, I'm lighter now, I finished fast. All these rappers food to me, I wonder where my dinner's at.
While we've talked so much about the importance of not living in your past and the danger of living in yesterday, I certainly think that a lot of relationships are sabotaged by things that happened before they ever began. They weren't dealt with. And so we project onto other people trust issues that were developed
I'm not gonna promote
Play that beat again.
because of another person's actions. And
gonna go through this one because I think
start saying things to somebody that we just met,
Oh,
like
okay.
who's texting you.
I just put the link.
links
I
out, have
was
it.
finna put the link on the
So I'm not even gonna pay attention to chat at all.
And it's not that you ever caught him doing anything, it's just that it's been done to you before.
Who's in there with
And so
Isla?
now you're
Thank you, Talisa. Was literally no one in there? That's wild.
It's like, wait, she was sucking you like that?
Thank you for tuning into the We Live Isaiah Polk sound check. This is Isaiah Polk. Kinda.
Oh, that's the
kid. The kid. Boogie himself.
Boogie.
Yeah, himself.
Oh, yeah, the homie for sure.
Always.
Everyone say hello to Alan. He's in his bag. My eagle.
You safe?
Oh, yes.
I'm gonna wear my headphones like this. So you
Oh,
keep
yeah.
listening, bro.
The sauce hitting, bitch.
Charlie, you wrong
As
for
well
being in my ear
as
as long as you be early.
JC, aka Mr. Onion Bagel, aka what was the other one? Big Booty Anonymous
Oh,
T.
Sound check.
We live.
Why? I let him get a job back.
Hold on, you real loud. Say something.
Something.
Not you. Not you. Again, you can be loud.
Oh,
There we go.
why?
That's perfect. Perfect. Now I think I'm quiet. Or here, actually, let me pull the podcast up. That'll help us get myself together.
T, what you got going, man?
Man, nothing much. Boy, you over here looking like you finna go fly a plane after this, boy. That
You look
ain't.
good. You look good.
Oh God. Oh God.
You look mad, mighty dapper.
Oh yeah, appreciate it.
Why we got this red light on?
Man, cause we in hell.
I think that's crazy. I pulled up the stream and I'm like, dang, they on demon time? Oh my god. I might be too passive for this one.
There we go. I think we got it fixed. All right. So thank you for joining us for We Live, the Isaiah Polk Sound Check. I'm Isaiah Polk, along with your C Mike, Boogie, the homie, and then we got after a long time of not having this nigger here. We got Anonymous T. What's good, G? How you feeling?
Hey, I don't feel too good. I think I ain't drunk enough water today.
I have the light white, please.
Nah, keep it red.
Keep it red. Keep it red. He said keep it red. Keep it red. Keep it red.
Oh, shit.
He running the shots. It's his podcast. Keep it red.
Hey, it's up. The dumb white.
Will you cash me where I can get at me where I can get something? Don't give her no money. Nah, don't give her no money, bro. You drunk. T, how was your day, bro?
It's decent. It's pretty decent. I ain't gonna front you.
Jade, what's up? Quit saying hey, bro. We see you, Jade. What's up, dude? How was your day, T?
Oh, talking about the other T? Talking about Boogie, man?
Yeah, my bad, bro.
Shit, we
I'm not used to this.
Man, lovely, wonderful. As always, you know.
Oh, good. I'm feeling good since no one's going to ask me how mine was. Yeah. I'm doing great.
Yeah.
But I didn't expect anyone to ask me how my day was because no one cares about me as usual. I know.
Lord.
And expectations lead to disappointment. So I'm not disappointed. But I only say that because today that's actually the topic of our podcast is expectations. It was a quote I read by Stephen R. Covey. He wrote the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Have you heard of that book?
No.
Super good book. If you don't like reading, I would get the audio book and I would like listen to it maybe like every day as you drive to work. Yeah. Maybe like listen to some of it because it's a really good book, really worth reading. And the quote said, "Treat a man as he is and he will remain as he is. Treat a man as he can and should be and he will become as he can and should be." That's a really positive perspective of expectation, but like obviously is with most things there are negative and positive like outlooks on it. But I just thought that was super dope because it talks about how like how expectations, that was one of the ways where expectations can play a positive role. Because if you expect a lot from somebody and you make it known that you expect and believe these things to be true about someone who maybe doesn't believe them about themselves, it can encourage them to do better. But obviously there are negative ways to look at expectations, and I feel like just because we're people, obviously we would have a lot more to say about that than the positive. So I just want to start with what may be shorter. But I guess I'll start with T since we haven't had him here in a while. Do you want to maybe give your outlook on expectations, how you feel about them and how you feel about having those?
I feel like expectations for me personally are some of the most important things in my life. It set the standard. You feel me? Like your expectation, it's almost like a projection. If you have to look at it like business, it's like your projections of what's to be expected. And like the expectations that I set for myself are kind of like the gas that fuels my drive. You feel me? Essentially, it's the core mechanics of all my beliefs. Like, I mean, I won't get deep into it, but like even like religiously, like my expectations for what's at the end of everything is kind of driving my actions now. So, people with no expectations kind of take stuff lighter.
Yeah.
And
I don't think that's true because I don't have expectations.
Really? You don't?
No.
So when you think
about how I've handled this podcast and when someone doesn't show up, I don't trip.
That's what I mean by like taking stuff lighter though.
Really?
I appreciate it if you do, but if you don't, that's why I have 3 of you, because I don't expect any of you to be dependable. Though I depend on you and I trust you and I trust T and I trust Alan and Jade's there. I don't expect anything from anyone.
Gotcha.
And I think
I see
that's
what you're saying.
because I've been not really let down, but I kind of taught myself not to expect things.
I feel that. I feel like that's an easy way to keep yourself from getting hurt. Saying,
Yeah, for sure.
but which I'm like that in certain areas. Like when we talking about,
You can back up.
like we talking about, I guess say loaning people money per se. I give people money and don't expect it back. If I expected it back from you or it was a problem in the first place, I wouldn't give it to you. Because people always tell you, I pay you back this and that, this and that. A lot of times if I give somebody something and they hit me with the, I'll pay you back, I'm still not expecting it back. I just want to see what type of person you are to see if you're going to attempt to pay me back. But I don't expect you to. I don't want you to.
Yeah.
Like, if I did it out the love. But
Yeah, no, I feel that.
I think expectations are, depending on who they come from, they could actually be toxic, especially when we're talking about parents who may be a bit more demanding, that expect this of you, and that may not be the path in life you want to follow.
Yeah.
So I think at that point, expectations become toxic, because anything you do that falls short of that, you're going to be a failure in their eyes. And
Yeah.
that's not a good feeling. Well, unless you just don't give a shit. But that ain't a good feeling for most people. So
My dad expected me. My dad thought I was gay.
what?
You can see that. Yo! Hey, he's tripping.
That is
He
pretty
did.
tough. We lied.
Oh, God.
Oh man, but no, I agree. I think that and that's a big thing, especially for someone who's like taking a highly entrepreneurial path. That's one of the first things that they teach you is that like not to really be fixated on what like your parents or anyone you grew up with may have had like for you, because like we talked about before, there's so many different types of intelligences, and there's no way to gauge that prior to you becoming who you are when you're 24, 25, maybe even around 30.
Exactly.
So it's like that's another reason why I definitely respect college. I think it's necessary for people who it's for, but I don't necessarily like advocate it all inclusively, because
Right.
there's some people who that's just not for them. And I think that it's become such a societal norm to tell kids like the way to make money and the way to be successful is to go to college and do like ABC, when that's not the thing to do. That's just a thing to do. And it's become it's kind of taboo to not go to college. Like today, 2 people today told me like asked me if I was in school, and then one dude was like, I hope you haven't given up on education. But it's like, in 2020, education isn't college. There's so many ways to be educated now.
exactly.
And then it's literal fact that a lot of people go to college and make money, like go to school for 4 to 12 years to work for someone who didn't go to school.
Yeah.
And
That's true.
that's ridiculous. So it's like, I think it's just dependent on what you feel comfortable doing. I think college teaches people how to make money for somebody else.
Yeah.
And that's not what you want to do. I think college is a good thing. Like doctors need college. Like high skill, like
Yeah, true. If you just want to be somebody,
Than a requirement.
what did you say, T?
I was thinking like college. It seems to become more of like a niche thing than a requirement.
oh yeah, definitely. It seemed like back in the 80s, 90s when our parents were coming up, it was like that was the expected thing for everybody to do, and it's not anymore, because I think now with the advent of the internet and all kinds of other stuff, the way the world is changing, people are saying you do not have to go to college to be successful. But a lot of people are afraid of that entrepreneurial spirit, to take a loss, to have to step out there on faith or whatever you step out there on. But everybody's not going to be able to do that, and college is good for those people, because I think it shows, quote unquote, to employers that you can start something and stick with it. So if you have no problem, I can't talk, being an employee for 50, 60 years till you retire and collect Social Security, go for it. But that ain't gonna cut it for me. So
Teachy said he disagrees.
my
Why do
bad.
you disagree, Teach?
I want you to walk through just an urban neighborhood or a cultural black neighborhood and ask them, do you know what a PWI is or HBCU is? 9 times out of 10 they'll say no. Education is gold.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
And no one said that was false.
Not to like,
True.
okay, to tell someone like it's like for certain things you go to
Who has
college
that?
for, it's
Talisa?
teaching you to work for
I think she's
people.
hungry.
That's true. Certain things you go to college for, it does teach you to work for people, which is true. Which you have to understand. Also, people talk those things, and to people when those are intimate conversations, meaning like you will fixate the mind of a person who's an average Joe to lead them to believe they can be a Beyonce when they can't. That's why you see rappers trying to be rappers who are not rappers, because we lead them on to believe, okay, you can have an artist or someone
Keep
who
it
has,
keep it under 3 minutes, bro.
Oh, you can have someone who has talent, who will speak, say, this is nothing, like a LaMelo Ball who say, he don't see why I should go to school. You get what I'm saying? Which is true. But you have someone who's not LaMelo Ball, millions, trillions, you get what I'm saying? They need to go to school.
Not necessarily.
Necessarily, because that's why you have
They don't need to go to school. They just don't need to play basketball.
school teach you three things which we fail to realize. You have what you call structure. You get what I'm saying? You have a mental guidance and you have resources. You get what I'm saying? See, when you have resources and connections, school teach you how to within those fine lines create those characters and apply within those and capitalize out each person.
That's true.
Within your degree program.
But
Yeah, I
you
was
can.
like, it depends.
Not even with your degree.
Within your degree
Yeah.
I can
program.
go to
Take this
school.
from someone who went to college.
I can go
And
to school for something and be learning something else.
college graduate, yes?
You get what I'm
Well, you
saying?
didn't graduate, but you.
No, I went. She
You know what I'm saying?
graduated,
You can go to
but
school. I can be going
Alan's
to
a
school
college
for a
graduate.
doctor.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
go to Louisiana Tech. I can fuck around and be friends with a lawyer. You get what I'm saying?
And you can do
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
You
yeah,
can do
definitely.
that. But the reason I disagree with that is I meet so many more people being a server in a restaurant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was about to get there. I was
But
about to get there.
with the same
That's true.
criteria, you can meet the same resources and connections.
But you can meet the
but
same
mind,
connections.
The boldness, you gotta think. It's like the army. You gotta understand, why does an army want people at 15, 16, 17, and 18 to go to the army?
My
You
company
can't
is
go
a,
that. You can't go the army. You can't go the army till you're 18.
No, in other countries, like literally.
But we're not talking about other countries.
I'm
We're talking about in
just
capitalist
army.
America.
What I mean is overall in education. I'm speaking education. in
We're
general.
talking about here
Well,
and the
okay,
societal
in
norms
capital,
here.
People want you to go things at 18 at young ages, because at that age you have what you call your mind is not quite molded yet, but it's a burst. It's a burst of creativity and a burst of everything. And if I can get you at this young age to do this one particular thing and learn this,
Boy, what?
it becomes second nature. Now,
GLT.
say if I can get you to be a knowledge-seeking person at a young age, going to school.
Nigga,
getting
what?
structure. Bro, I have not seen one person go to college end up not successful in life.
That's
You
bull.
might not
Okay,
be-
stop.
Yo,
Stop
wait.
it.
I'm about to say, well, I have.
You got your
I've
3 minutes.
seen
You got your 3
several.
minutes. You got your 3
Oh
minutes.
man,
You got your 3
several.
minutes. You got your 3
Yeah.
minutes. You got your 3
bro.
minutes.
Nah, bro. That's
That's
literally
not
a walking
at
meme.
all. I know.
Oh, no.
I know numerous college graduates who cannot find a job in their degree program.
I can
End
say
up.
find a job.
Wait. End up working at Burger King, McDonald's at a lower income job than me. I'm a server. Like I tell people all the time, I'm a server. I average $20 to $30 an hour. There is, I think that's more than 80%.
I think y'all
That's
put
more than.
college on
Hold on.
ambition.
Time out, bro. You got your 3 minutes.
Go
Calm
ahead.
down. That's on. I think the statistic was more than 80% of professions you can get out of college. Serving makes more. If you're looking at it from a money standpoint, college really doesn't teach you how to make money. Another reason I say I don't advocate college, and that I get what he's saying about like you can kind of give people like pipe dreams as far as what they can be by saying don't go to college. But the
Yeah.
reason I don't really agree with that is because would you rather, and this also depends on the type of person you are, because would you rather go to college, get a good job, or be successful, quote unquote, and not be walking and operating in your purpose? Because the big thing with me is success, in my opinion, is not gauged by money, acquisitions, or what you do. It's gauged by how happy you are and content you are with the life you lead. So for me being successful, I feel like I'm more successful now than I could be in 10 years as long as I'm happier now and more content now with what I have and what I'm doing. I know for a fact if I became a doctor, and I don't think that I'm not smart enough to become a doctor if I actually wanted to, but I feel like if I became one, I wouldn't be happy for doing that for 30 years until I retire, and then I retire and I sit around and find something to do every day. I'd rather do something that I can continue to do it for the rest of my life because it gives me meaning and purpose in my life. And I think that's where the big gap is. And I feel like if there were more people trying to monetize their passions or their purpose rather than finding money in something to do that they feel is going to give them purpose, which it's not. That's where the big difference is. I'm not trying to discredit anything he's saying because I get, like I said earlier, I get the importance of education. I just think that information is more readily available now to where college isn't your only outlet. True. And I also feel like we try to make our career paths equal to our purpose in life, and it's just not the same thing.
Right.
I think that some people can keep them separate and be happy. Some people can operate in their purpose and have their job. Right. But I think there's some people who like for them to be the same thing. Right. And if you're one of those people, I don't think you should look for the job on top of the purpose. I think you should look for the purpose on top of your job.
Exactly.
I think
that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong.
Kind of in line.
I can give you 60 seconds. Just 60 seconds.
60 seconds, teach.
60 seconds.
60 seconds, teach.
60
seconds.
All right. To emphasize on what I'm saying, college is always going to be important to those because for the simple fact is you got to look at it, bro. You need knowledge. If I have the knowledge and you have the money, I am winning because you have the sense of making money, but I have the knowledge of getting money.
What knowledge
you
is?
What I'm saying?
What knowledge is?
Because school cannot teach you how to get money because for the simple fact is, what we fail to realize, we emphasize money into economics. Economics and money comes with government. You get what I'm saying? Money is governmental. It's a governmental thing, and that's
pretty wild.
It's only something the government puts in our face to
he owns
the real truth.
Stuff,
You know what I'm saying? That we are all the same.
What knowledge is available solely in college and not on the internet?
Bro, it's a lot of fucking
like what?
No, anything you learn in college you can find anywhere.
You pay for a curriculum in college.
I got somebody agree by Googling all that.
Curriculum and accountability.
I feel like I swear to God. Bro, I went to a school in Dallas.
You lying to God.
The only reason why I'm saying this is because I went to a different school, not only a school here, I went to another school that just raised my mind.
What school?
Like, bro, imagine opening your book and seeing the pyramids versus
are you still?
Egypt to touch a pyramid. You get what I'm saying?
You don't get any more knowledge from that.
Bro,
though.
you don't. It's not the fact that you need knowledge, bro. You want to understand. You want to understand. Like, bro, you have a paper trail.
So touch a pyramid.
Trails and you have breadcrumbs. And if you don't know what these are and the necessary,
what they got to do with college?
To make money, which is great. You can make.
What has happened to this show?
Like Donald Trump ass niggas, like you can do that. But if
Donald
I manage to beat you, I'm gonna take your money.
But what knowledge is available in college that's not available on the internet?
Whatever knowledge you want, bro. What you mean? The internet, everything that's on the internet. People say the knowledge.
He's so live right now.
Knowledge can be falsificated, right? But
this has been 61 seconds.
We rely
Get out of there.
When the internet is only opinion for those who went to college.
I'm a menace.
Seriously, like
that's. But listen to what. Okay, so but you literally just said. So you just said that the same information you get in college is on the internet.
It's not theoretically the same information because it's. You
gotta get out.
What if you use a credible source, like one from one of those studies?
Exactly.
Bro,
There's ways to check.
No, I'm just saying, like we saying the information.
It's readily available. It is.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. The internet.
He the B mic.
I can feel it. Like if you just want to be real,
T Wildin'.
He wildin'.
The most you can get out of society is not on the internet. That's what I'm trying to say.
But we're not talking about.
Oh, but it is.
We're not talking about.
What I'm saying is you can open a book, or you can watch it on the screen, or you can touch.
But we're not. But you're changing the conversation, Teach.
Man, I went and visited my homeboy.
We're not talking about any of the deepness of that.
There.
We're talking. The question was what knowledge is available in college that is not available on the internet.
Let's build y'all, Skip Bayless.
What is that?
Bro, just the theoretical of life, bro. It's like, bro, the knowledge of coming man.
No,
so are you saying like the experience of being around all these different people?
Hey, bro, what happened to the show?
It's like I can't put this in 66. All I can say is.
It ain't live.
But we were.
But
we weren't. But you're making the conversation deeper than the conversation what we having.
What I'm saying is what you have in college, bro. I just feel like being around a group of settings from a teacher to once, because all knowledge is trading information from one mind to the next.
Which a computer does very well.
That's true. Look here.
Would you rather learn from a computer or would you rather learn?
But we're not talking about rathers. We're not.
I want to learn from a computer. On God.
You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get what both of you were saying.
I don't think you get it.
What Isaiah is saying.
Nah. No.
The conversation, what I'm really saying is the conversation is not that deep. We're not talking about the human experience. We're not.
Basically, I think
oh God, He on cloud
Like
nine.
you should go to college and get knowledge and shit like that. Isaiah's saying whatever you learn in college that year, I can pull up on my phone.
Exactly.
That's not what I'm saying.
What?
Entirely.
That's what
Because
I
what
feel.
he's saying is there's a human experience associated. Wait, time out.
So explain.
It is what it's not, because what you're saying, listen to what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. Because what you're saying is there's a human experience associated with going to college, experience the things a person experiences in college, when you go on these trips, when you do these things you would do in college. What I'm saying, because we are talking about knowledge in the sense that you acquire knowledge to do a thing, a job, some kind of craft. I'm saying everything you could learn in college, you can learn on your own for a profession. For that kind of
I follow both of y'all. You're saying like.
Isaiah's not saying that going to
Two sentences to end.
I'm not saying don't go to college.
I'm saying as long as
people need to go to college.
As long as you get the knowledge, forget how you get it. Is all I'm saying.
I'm saying if everyone
forget
went to
how
college,
you get it. As long as you get it.
Of how you get, it's not that don't forget. Only reason why I'm saying that because
Cali.
you need to learn how to work amongst other people.
You do, but however.
And the only reason why I'm saying that because black people need to go to college to learn how to work.
All I'm saying.
That's true. But I learned my most valuable information learning that didn't come from college.
Can we put me on the speaker or something? I got things to say.
What'd you say, T?
I want to talk.
He said, I want to talk. I wish everybody could hear you, bro.
Exactly.
I'm in my bag. Bro, they don't hear the kid. They don't love the kid.
And that's if you go to a community college. Exactly. That's not a 4-year university.
I will not be silenced.
T, hold on, bro.
Literally, bro, like it's like a domino effect, bro. It's like
they all got this dude spend one job.
And I don't need to go to college to learn the structure, bro. I'm gonna learn societal ways, like you say.
He said a lot of words.
College, we would not have a Bill Gates. We would not have a Ty Lopez. We would not have a.
What you mean?
None of those guys went to college.
None of them finished.
What do you mean? They didn't go to college.
None of those guys.
Some
went
of
to
the
college.
greatest minds. Some of the greatest
None of
minds
them
on the
went to
planet.
Finished or not, bro? You had bro.
But the connections, no, time out, because that's just simply not true. The connections
Drake
of
just
Bill
got his high
Gates
school
did not
degree.
come. He got rejected because he submitted a computer model and he just kept perfecting it. It wasn't college connections. He didn't have connections that made him. A lot of these Silicon Valley guys go to Silicon Valley and don't go to college. They just they start being entrepreneurs and they begin internships. A lot of them.
fact, a lot of these niggas in college thought Bill Gates was fucking crazy.
Steve Jobs, people thought he was a nut.
People thought Steve
Right.
Jobs was a
Okay.
It's not that they think they're nuts,
So-
bro.
They literally said they thought they were nuts, bro. They did think they were nuts. Teach. Wait. We can do this after the pod, but like we're doing something and we never, because we was talking about.
Right. Quick question. So let me ask you this. I spent a year in college. Now I'm not in college. Spent a lot of time learning, searching for my purpose. Now I feel like music. I play the guitar. However, when I was first exposed to the guitar, was in college through a roommate I had who had a guitar. So say I apply my purpose, become a successful guitar player. Would you attribute that success to my time that I spent in college?
All right, now repeat your, like you say, you went to college.
He met a dude in
For a year.
that played the guitar.
And that's when I started
You met a
playing.
dude in college that, you gotta contribute your success to college, bro.
No, so I contribute my success to college. No, I contribute my success to that guy, not college. I met him in a dorm room. We were chilling. We were chilling in a bedroom, not in a classroom. We could have been in an apartment on 70th Street somewhere.
My whole idea is you get those connections and those people from there. Not
Some
not
people do.
always. Not
Hey, you get the connections on Instagram. Stop it.
in the classroom and bro, it's just being there in a
Maybe.
place where it's so many people. No, this is literally, bro. Like
No,
like,
time out,
Literally,
because
bro.
you're trying to make one experience everyone's experience,
I'm
and
not
you
saying
can't do
you
that.
Literally have to. All I'm saying is you have to go, not just to graduate.
You don't
bro.
have to go.
Like,
You don't have to
you
go.
need that experience in your life.
You do not have to go to college.
I feel like you
Jay-Z
do.
didn't go to college.
Like, but Jay-Z at the same
Drake
time,
didn't even finish high school till last year.
On God. On God.
Wait, no. He did not get
Tell him what I'm
surpassed.
saying, Tyler. Tell him.
Rich as fuck.
And
You think that's how Jay-Z gauges how important or successful he is?
Bro,
I don't think your amount of money
see
ain't.
what Swiss Beats just did, what he just graduated from.
But what does that matter?
It's like Jay-Z, he didn't, but he had to give up his sport agency. Like literally, bro, he had to
What
give
he
up his
talking
sports
about?
agency.
I don't know.
Like, I'm just saying, all because, no, listen, this is seriously. Niggas
You're going crazy, bro.
Niggas who went to college for sports got mad because Jay-Z just rich and started a
Bro,
sport.
kick him out.
They banned him from
Get him out.
college for it. You get what I'm saying? It's certain things you can
Y'all gotta get it out of there.
that you do, my nigga. That's like
Get him out of there.
Proper needs to sell food, and you say,
Get him out of there.
Nigga, it don't work like that. You gotta go through health inspection.
He talking about aliens and pyramids. What
That's true.
You can't be
But
those
that,
violations.
hey, but check this out.
I can see it and I say it
Look,
face.
and that's cool because I got him. But look, check this out. All that you said that you gotta have inspection, this and that, you can get all that shit without college. Cause guess what? Cause guess what? Check this out.
You gotta go through the class.
There's internships. You can sit in with somebody and learn. There's trade schools. There's all kind of ways.
What is that? That is knowledge.
All of it's
Which is not found in
exactly, which is not college, which is the
College don't earn their own knowledge. What is he talking about?
Hey, look, exact that you proving our point. You proving our point. That's our whole point. Exactly. That's our whole point.
All I see is our mind is so elevated, and no offense to nobody, we speak as if we're white. You gotta remember, my nigga.
You can't speak as if you're white.
No, you are. But
That's not a thing.
You gotta look at your color. You gotta think like, okay, what's the average?
Oh, he rogue. Oh, he's one of those.
Bro, you need your mind frame of thinking when you.
You gotta open your third eye, bro. Shut up.
If I can be honest, I feel like there's enough in this conversation to see that I think that the people who communicate the most effectively are the people who are able to listen the most effectively. And I feel like it's gotten to the point where there's not a lot of listening going on. So on that note, sound check.
Bro, he sacrificed an ear for that third eye.
Stuff like
I took my whole segment. He stole my
you hell, Trevor.
Oh man, this nigga stole my whole.
He's on the anonymous team.
He's talking about, I wish I could.
That nigga didn't get to say nothing. This is the first episode back. He didn't get to talk at all.
I had a sentence to end his whole career, nigga. Oh my god.
Yeah,
we done.
Yes, we done. That's all I'm saying. Teach wait, because we only got 30 minutes.
Now I gotta go pick up my wife.